Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Okay, let's get comfortable. I'm going to try to do this in the most efficient way possible, but I got my Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Cream Soda here. Not sponsored yet, but one day a girl can dream. So you know, if I've got my soda here, I'm getting ready to get in to a lengthy overview. It is time for the Not Fit for Print Beauty Cream Bronzer Roundup. That's right, Cream Bronzer Roundup. We have actually over 20 cream bronzers to talk about. But first of those 20, I'm going to tell you the ones that we're not going to talk too much about. I can't talk about all of them, you guys. You might think you're up for it, but trust me, you're not. You're really not. We are going to do an overview. I have got some crazy swatches that are labeled, and we're going to look at them both inside in studio lighting and outside in the warm California sunshine. We're going to talk about which bronzers are best if you have dry skin, which bronzers are best if you have textured skin, warm bronzers, cool bronzers, bronze bronzers. We're going to talk about brushes. Let's do the brushes first. I picked up the brand new Chanel. This is their kind of bronzer or powder brush. It's really, really nice, the Kabuki style in the Beige category. But you know what, funnily enough, is a really great new bronzer brush that just works like a dream? The Charlotte Tilbury one. Who knew? Is it even sold separately? Can someone tell me? I don't believe it is. It's good. It's just the right density and the right size, and it really does blend bronzer. So the bronzers we're going to be talking about today are in the kind of new style, which you guys know I embrace because it just happened to be a happy accident that it hit on the bronzing style that I like most, which is to do pretty much the whole face, starting with the perimeter of the face and working in and even going onto the cheeks. And it's a style that Mario from Makeup by Mario kind of talked about and is a proponent of. And it happens to just kind of be how I did it before, just an accident. Trust me, Mario does it with his artistry, and I do it for my laziness. But when artistry and laziness mix and work together, you know you have a winner. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today, ways to warm our face up for summer that do not involve a kind of stripe of brown or any sort of a chiseled look, but an overall warmth, which is actually what I have done today. I have bronzer pretty much all over my face. This is the Rose Ink that we're going to be talking about. I also have before and after bronzing pictures with almost all of the main new cream bronzers that we're going to talk about. Let me start by telling you what we are not going to talk about, believe it or not. Some of these might be in the swatches for comparison. Wait till you see my swatches. They're labeled and everything. Some of them may be in the swatches, but we're not going to talk too much about them. The Patrick Ta Major Sculpt, it's a beautiful product, but in reality, the bronzer is powder, so that puts it out already. And the cream product under the Ta flap here, that's what we call the top plastic flap. It's the Ta flap. I'm trying to put that into the vernacular. The cream product here is actually a contour. But if you're looking for a cool bronzer, that could sure work for you. But I'm just letting you know it's not really going to be talked about too much. But I'll put the contour just for comparison purposes so you can see. We're also not going to talk too much about the Westman Atelier Face Trace Contour. That is a contour. Yes, it's a cream product, but it is a contour, therefore very cool. Again, can be used as a bronzer if you're looking for something that's not too warm, but it's technically a contour, so it won't be in here. A lot of people talk to me about Danessa Myricks Yummy Balm, the powder, balm to powder, and the Wayne Goss Luxury Cream Foundation. I have the Wayne Goss here in a shade 4, which is a shade I use for bronzing, so I'll put it in the swatches, but this is a foundation. So really, I don't want to get into it. Yes, you can put both of these products are kind of a balm cream foundation. If you buy a few shades darker, you could wear it also as a bronzer, but since it's not meant as a bronzer, I went ahead and saved a little bit of time and cut those there. I did purchase, like I said, the Wayne Goss in a 4, so I'll put it in the comparison swatches. The Danessa Myricks product, by the way, I love, but I only bought it in my foundation shade. I did not buy it in a darker bronzing shade, so I don't have that to show you. Some people did. It's just an idea. And that's all linked below if you want to check it out. I've pretty much left out the Chantecaille Anti-Aging Face Tint. It only comes in one shade. It's truly just to warm the entire face. Can be mixed with moisturizer, mixed with foundation. Not really it's more of a gel cream, not really a cream bronzer, but a gel cream bronzer. It didn't fit. And where do you stop? I mean, you know, I'd have to start putting in all the liquid ones. Chantecaille has another in a tube, right? Another bronzer. Milk has a liquid bronzer in a tube. Where would it end? It just became too much. We've also left out a favorite of mine, but I do want to talk about it. And this will be in the comparison swatches, just for your consideration purposes. This is the Rare Beauty Warm Wishes Effortless bronzer. It's kind of a bronzing stick, and it is kind of a cream stick. It is absolutely lovely, but because it was in stick and not pot form, it allowed me to leave it out. I had to cut some corners. I really wanted to talk mostly just about the top 10 brand new ones, so I cut that, but that is a beautiful product. It will be in our swatches, so fear not. Anastasia Beverly Hills has a really nice cream bronzer. It's $35. This is the shade Amber. You know, they came out with new shades, so I just wanted to let you know. And the Anastasia Beverly Hills, this shade Amber that I have here will be in my swatches. It's a really nice cream bronzer, and like I said, they just came out with a bunch of new shades in this Anastasia Beverly Hills, so I have it linked below, and it is something to consider and will be in our shade comparisons. Also, just to FYI, every time I decide, I've been putting this off and putting this video off and putting it off, and you know, every time you do that, they come out with a new ones, but I just couldn't hold this video anymore because right now, if you spent enough at Sephora, you get 15% off. So I wanted this video to come out with a day or so left on that sale for you guys. The Tarte cream, Tarte has two cream bronzers, but they have a brand new one out now in their C line, which is a duo cream bronzer and a blush. And I did link it below. I will review it when it gets here. I don't have it yet, and I just didn't want to hold the video anymore. Okay, so we're going to move on now to the 10 that I really want to talk about, which we have been doing videos about and such. So I'm going to pause. We're going to get up, get everything resituated, and get ready to go with the 10 new ones that I really, or newer ones that I really want to highlight because I think they're really worth your consideration. Back, let's really get into this. Reset up my table. Let's jump right in with Chanel. So Chanel has the Le Beige Healthy Glow. And for a while, this is their cream bronzer. We're just talking cream here. Powder is a whole other subject. For a while, they just had two shades. They had kind of a lightest, they called it the tan shade, and then they had the deepest shade. They have just introduced a medium shade. So these products, and I will swatch both of them coming up in our swatches. I have the tan and I have the medium. Obviously, I don't have the darkest shade, but it is gorgeous if you have a deep complexion. These are $50 each for those three shades, and you get 1 ounce of product. It's a really hefty one. Most of these, we have another one in here, I think that's an ounce. Most of these are much less than an ounce, so you get a nice amount of product for your $50. You hear $50 and you think it's our most expensive one, but it's actually one of the ones that gets the most product. This is a beautiful product. It blends beautifully. I think the shades are beautiful too. Let's take a look at me before and after wearing the medium. I suit the medium much more than I do the tan. These are absolutely beautiful. They do have coconut oil. So they're not going to be my overall choice because of the coconut oil in it. That causes a lot of people irritation or can cause acne or breakouts. It's never done for me, and I do have very sensitive skin, but I wanted to point that out. Moving along at breathtaking speed, we're going next to something I actually made reference to already, which is the Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. This guy is $30, comes in 6 shades, and is 0.18 ounces, so it's a little bit smaller. 0.18 ounces, you wouldn't think it's that little, but I guess it is. This is the shade Light Medium. This is an absolutely beautiful product. It is definitely a warming product. Those of you who are looking for something that will have a little bit of a cool undertone to it, you won't get that with any of the Mario shades, really. Also, this is part of a system. Mario feels it needs to be set. Most of these could do with some setting because they are cream. And Mario sells a setting powder with it, which I think works just beautifully with it. You can use his setting powder for other purposes, but I actually like to use it with this. So though this is $30 and you get 6 shades and 0.18 ounces, it's best, I think, in the system. And it is a beautiful system that he uses, again, to go from the periphery of the face inwards It is a beautiful product. Let's talk a little bit about our third one up here, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow Cream Bronzer. This is $56. That is right. It is more money than the Chanel. Don't be fooled by Chanel. Chanel is incredibly expensive if you're buying a handbag or a couture clothing, but if you're buying their makeup, it's not as bad as you'd think. $56, it's more, and it's 0.74 ounces. So already you're getting 1 ounce for the Chanel for $50, and you're getting 0.74 ounces for $56. Charlotte, you devil. Okay, so this, I have it here in the shade 2 medium, which you will see on my arm in a moment. This comes in 4 different shades, as opposed to the Chanel 3 different shades, but they're stretchy. We have to talk about the Charlotte product. It's not going to be my overall #1 recommended for a number of reasons, 2 of them being Wayne Goss. Wayne really revealed he thought maybe he had a bad batch, and a few people have said that. He felt it looked green and brown and just gray, and he really didn't like it. It depends on your skin tone. I have spoken to a lot of you with fair skin who have told me you're having absolutely no trouble with it. That is what has made people ponder if they've got a bad batch. You haven't, but this likes to fight with undertones. Charlotte Tilbury and undertones are not good friends. We went through this when Charlotte Tilbury released her last foundation. The undertones, I said with the foundation, it was like they drew chalk circles on the ground, threw all the samples up in the air, and what fell inside the circle was called neutral, and what fell outside was called warm. I was actually a warm. When I was color matched by someone at the Charlotte Tilbury counter, I was a 4 warm. I've never been a warm in any, I'm very neutral. Sometimes people even say a little ruddy and cool, and I was warm. It's just ridiculous. So we're seeing that here too. This is a beautiful product, but you are definitely taking a gamble. It won't be my #1 recommended. Let's talk about a really, really popular bronzer that I did not give its own review to when it was released forever ago. I don't know if I had a channel back then. I've been in this industry forever, but I haven't been on YouTube forever. Tower 28 Bronzing Illuminating Cream Bronzer. This comes in 5 shades. It's $20 and is 0.45 ounces. I got Gold Coast. The only thing that I would tell you about this, and you can see it already just in the pan, this is like highlighty. So this is a bronzer, but it also has kind of a highlighting property. We're going to see that with the powder Fenty that just came out today. That's a powder product. Wouldn't be in here anyway, but that kind of reflective bronzer. A lot of people like a matte bronzer, and I know I like to put a matte bronzer in the crease of the eye as well. So the Tower 28 is beautiful. When you see my swatches in the warm California sunshine outside, you'll see this one reflecting. I have them labeled and you'll see it right away. It's beautiful, but it's highlighty, if that's the right word for it. Okay, moving along again at breathtaking speed, we have a beautiful bronzer from Saie, S-A-I-E, Saie Beauty. This is the Sun Melt Natural Cream Bronzer. I got it in medium bronze. This is a 1 ounce product. So this is the same amount of product as you would get with Chanel, but this is $30 as opposed to the Chanel $50. It comes in 4 shades, so you get 1 more shade than the Chanel, and it is 4 shades, 1 ounce, $30. I got mine in medium bronze, and you will see it swatched. I'm going to recommend this over the Chanel because this is beautiful. The Chanel is beautiful, but there's no coconut oil in this one, and it's just pretty as can be. And of course, I will have my photos, before and after photos, with this up there. Let's talk about another one I absolutely love, and that is, of course, you know I love this brand, the Rose Ink Solar Infusion Moisturizing Cream Bronzer. I got mine in the shade Kauai, like the Hawaiian island. This guy is $36, comes in 4 shades, and is 0.17 ounces. So that is a big pan right there, but it's thin, right? So it's 0.17 ounces, 4 shades, $36. A beautiful, beautiful product, and happens to be the one that I chose to wear today for this video, and you'll see that when we swatch it. This is the Beauty Blender Bounce Magic Fit Creamy Bronzer and Highlight Duo. The reason I wasn't making eye contact with you is I had to read that off the paper. The names for these things, let's do it again. It is the Beauty Blender Bounce Magic Fit Creamy Bronzer and Highlight Duo. I got mine in Champagne Topaz. Let's ignore the highlighter for this video, but we have a bronzer that comes in 4 different shades and is $32, but you get the highlighter too. It's not a stinky product. None of these so far really have a scent. I think Chanel probably does. Chanel's got to have a scent. Yeah, Chanel has a perfumey scent. You got to get your nose right in there, but it had to. It's Chanel. But, you know, this doesn't have a scent. I don't have any others here that really do. The Beauty Blender, I mean, doesn't have a scent. I don't have any in here that really do. What is the deal? So this was released, and I bought it on the Sephora site. Like, no big deal. And then the next day, it was gone. This is months back, right? And everybody I know who got it and didn't have the fast shipping got their order canceled. It was almost like mine shipped before they went, whoa, 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 and pulled it back. And then we waited months. We really waited months. Two months maybe? 3 months? And in June, they released it. Yay, it's released. Yay. And it's no longer on the Sephora site. It's on the Beauty Blender site, but it's no longer on the Sephora site. Okay. Anyway. NARS. Let's talk about the NARS Laguna Bronzing Cream. A beautiful, beautiful product. Won't be my #1 recommended because, again, we have the coconut in it. Let's take a sniff and see if we can smell it. Yeah, it has a little bit of a coconutty, kind of sunshiny sunscreen, you know, like old-fashioned coconutty sunscreen. So that coconut is in there. This similarly performing to the Chanel. Won't be my #1 recommendation because a lot of people are averse to that coconut. But this one comes in 5 shades. It's $38 and 0.67 ounces. I got the shade Laguna 2, and it was driving everybody crazy in my review of this because all of the shades are called Laguna. So there are 5 shades, and there's Laguna 1, Laguna 2, Laguna 3, Laguna 4. I didn't even realize that at first. I was like, I got the shade Laguna, and everyone's like, which Laguna? Laguna? No, which Laguna? And the funny thing is, look, NARS, we know you get creative with your names of your products. Because you guys have a potty mouth over there. You could have been more, I don't know, maybe be careful what you wish for if they'd gotten more creative. Maybe we should be relieved that it's Laguna 1, Laguna 2, Laguna 3. Because who knows if we had let them get the names, how X-rated it would get, right? So maybe I should be happy. Beautiful, beautiful product. It does have the coconut oil in it. Oh, let's talk about LYS. LYS No Limits Cream Bronzer and Contour Stick. I got the shade Harmony. This is a little guy. It's $19, but you only get 0.17 of ounces of product. It comes in 5 shades. It's beautiful. You want to get in on the cream bronzer trend. You don't want to spend a lot of money. How could you not get this one? It's 19 bucks. The only thing you need to be careful of, this is a little bit like Hourglass in the fact that it's not Rebecca proof. You have to be careful when you're closing it up. You can see even in there where I've nicked the product because it's like a puzzle piece, like some sort of an intelligence test that for some reason I can't pass. Yeah, I have to stop and like slow down and like line them. I shouldn't admit this. Raise your hand if you're the same. Just that, you know, so it's hard to close. Oh, I shouldn't admit that. Beautiful. And it will be my choice for getting in on the trend and saving a little bit of cash. Last but not least, we don't have the Tarte here. It's coming soon. But last but not least, we have a favorite brand of mine, a young brand, Mob Beauty. This is the Mob Cream Clay Bronzer. It comes in 4 shades. This is shade M77. Mob Beauty cracks me up because they are like all no nonsense. You know, they're actually, this packaging is reusable and it comes and you have to put it in yourself. It's a little bit fidgety and I always end up nicking the product with my nails. A me issue. I'm sure you will be much more adept at doing it than I am. But they're even making packaging now. I saw that's going to be completely biodegradable. But I think it's really funny that the shade is named M77. Like, they're very serious at Mob Beauty. I picture them just like walking around. I'm going to go to the beauty show. It's coming to actually Long Beach in October. And I'm excited because I want to get to meet them. But I picture them as like very scientific in like white lab coats. Like, there's no joking of any kind. This is shade M77. These are all Laguna. This is shade M77. Very serious business. It is a beautiful bronzer, and it is my pick for the most earth-friendly and the most clean and the most lovely and pretty. And just, it's super dark, and you're seeing pictures as I talk here. It's super dark, but it's just really blends so nicely. And I did put a video out at this point. It would be yesterday where I try it on. Every single one of these is in a video, and I actually listed a playlist down below that you can click on, and it will show you every bronzer video I have ever made so that you can see all of these bronzers kind of reviewed individually. Time for a swig of soda because now we're going to do something really important. I said Mob Beauty is all serious. Wait till you see how serious we're going to get here. It's time for some swatches. Okay, I'm going to read you the order that these swatches go in. And I have taken a Huda Beauty eyeliner and also labeled them above. I'm going to try to go really slowly, but and I do try to hold my arms straight and pause, but please pause the screen if you need it. This is going to be your help. Check out Wait 2 because I'm going to go outside after for what you think will lean the warmest or the coolest, and you'll be able to see the reflective quality, I should say, in the Tower 28, etc. All right, so let's take a look here, and you will see as I read you off the way it goes with how I labeled it, okay? So from left to right, we start with Patrick Ta. That is the Contour shade, cream shade, in his Major Sculpt. Followed by the Wayne Goss Luxury Cream Foundation, but in a shade 4. For me, that's to be used as a bronzer. Followed by the Chantecaille Anti-Aging Face Tint. The Rare Beauty Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer. The ABH Cream Bronzer. This is the shade Amber. It's not the new shade. Then we go over to the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow. First in tan and then in medium. Followed by the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. Give you a second to catch up. Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow Cream Bronzer in medium. Then you got that very reflexive Tower 28. That looks like a Z, but it's a 2. Tower 28 Bronzing Illuminating Cream Bronzer. Make sure you catch up there. Heading over to the Say Sunmelt Natural Cream Bronzer. The Rose Ink Solar Infusion. The Beauty Blender Bounce Magic Fit and Creamy Bronzer. That is just the Topaz shade in the bronzer. Then we end with 3. We're at the 3 final ones. NARS Laguna 2 in the NARS Laguna Bronzing. The LYS No Limits Cream Bronzer and Contour Stick in the shade Harmony. And last but not least, just like the last one we talked about, is our Mob Beauty Cream Clay Bronzer. 4 different shades there. And now that we had a chance to look at those in studio lighting, we're going to take the exact same shades outside into the warm California sunshine. Watch for that Tower 28. Remember, it looks like a Z8 because I made my 2 a little badly there. Watch how it reflects in the sun. Let's go outside and take a look at all of those. You can see I try to pause on the kind of little letters that I put above it, but you're welcome to ask for any clarification that you need. Just take a look at those out there and pause the screen if you need to. It should give you some hints about what is cool and what's warm. In terms of causing any sort of pores to look enlarged, none of these do that. These are all beautiful products. The Tower 28 will do it a little bit because it's reflective. A little bit. But this is almost pretty much the most unique one up here because it's reflective. Okay. What is the best for dry skin? All of them. These are cream products and they're lovely. If you have normal to dry or dry skin, you just don't have to put any setting powder on if you don't want to. Just kind of blends in really nicely. If you do have an oily complexion, I do recommend setting it, whether it's a translucent powder or the powder like Mario has. It'll just help it last a little bit longer on you. I didn't find that any of these wore off any quicker than any others. I do think the Mob Beauty is a nice cool shade and seemed to actually stay the longest. The Chanel and the NARS both have coconut, so beware of that. In terms of price, we have our LYS for $19, and then there is a $20 guy in here too, and that is, if I'm looking at my notes here, that is the Tower 28, which I really like, but it is reflective. My 2 absolute favorites, to be honest with you, for just a really good value for money would be the Say. Say is a beautiful matte. It's not too warm. It's not too cool. You could even use it to contour. It is $30, 40 shades, an ounce of product, which is really, really good. And the Rose Ink, which is kind of a powdery cream. If you are afraid of cream products and don't generally like them, try the Rose Ink. feels almost like a powdery cream. So it's really easy to use and super moisturizing. And you know, it's 36 bucks, 4 shades, not too bad. And the biggest expense here is our Charlotte, more than Chanel. And it's got a weird undertone. So I think it's a beautiful product, but you're taking a little bit of a chance. So best of all of them, I'm going to say here, would be Rose and Say. Those are my 2 favorites. And Liss, if you just don't want too much product and you don't want to spend a lot. Those are my favorites. Now let me know what you think I left out. If you notice, we had the Huda Tantour wasn't in here and probably should have been. And the Fenty Cheeks Out Cream Bronzer wasn't in here and should have been. So nod to them, and a whole bunch of others. We can't do them all since the beginning of time, or we would be here forever. Let me know if over on Instagram you need any to compare. It's hard. You know, I had about 20, 21 or so over on my arm there. If you would like to see just 2 of these, one right next to another in a larger swatch, just let me know. I'll throw those up over on Instagram for you. Sometimes I tried to put all 20 next to each other so you could see the differences, but if you actually need to compare just 2, just tell me down below or over on Instagram. I'm happy to do that for you. I know it's confusing. I know there's a lot to buy. Like I said, we got the 15% off. If you're in the US or North America, Sephora has that 15% off if you qualified for it. And at time of release of this video, that gives you today and tomorrow. So if you're making a decision, just let me know how I can help you. And let me know. Give me some comments below. Let me know your favorite and your favorite old time. So let me know what your favorite is of these new ones, and then what your tried and true holy grail is. We're not even talking powder bronzers, but we got the Fenty one coming up. And that is a glowy a little bit too, but it's powder. Oh my goodness, so much to talk about. Let me know your comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. And if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that I could see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.